Hello, I'm Lisa Tackett, and welcome to Honors Geometry. Um, it's definitely going to be a different kind of year, and hopefully soon we can get back to normal. But for right now, we're going to do some A days and some B days and a Wednesday of virtual in between. All right, now, geometry is a little bit different than any other type of math your kids will have seen up to this point. And honors geometry, formerly called pre-AP, name change only due to some copyright laws. So honors geometry is the same as the kids who took pre-AP last year. It just has a different name. All right, so no worries about that. Anyway, just the level, the depth we go into and the depth of knowledge that we go into is a little bit more than just some surface type math. And so there's a little bit of adjusting to that. Since I teach AP, which stands for Advanced Placement Calculus and Statistics, I know the end game of where we need to get. And in order to get there, you need to be able to not only do some math, but be able to communicate the mathematics that you do. And so this is the first time they probably have seen something like that. And therefore, it is a little bit challenging at the beginning. So my advice to you is just to keep encouraging them and to tell them that they can do it and that, doing hard things always makes us a little bit better. I wish I could say I'm going to be in my room and be able to help all the time. But the good thing about it is when they are here, there's going to be less of them here. And so they'll get more of my individual help and attention. And then on Wednesdays, there will be time where they can come in or when they can Zoom in or Google Meet or whatever we're doing at the time and get some additional help if they need it. Now, the way we're going to do it so that we're able to cover everything that we need to cover is on a day that an A kid is here, the B kid will be watching a video I have made previously over the exact same material. And they'll just be watching that video. And instead of me taping my classroom live, which could, not be as short in time and just things like that, so they can watch it and they can stop it and pause it, and also so that I can hook up this headset because we found out in the spring my audio is so much better with it. And so they'll be watching that, and then when it comes B day, then A kids will be watching the videos and B kids will get the live teaching. But they're always going to get me. Well, I'm going to say hopefully always, as long as I can stay well too. That's the plan, unless I just find somebody who's made some incredible video that I feel is so much more entertaining than me, which most of them probably are more entertaining than me. But I'm kind of picky on the way I like things, and I like things taught the way I want to teach them. I watched one really cute one the other day, but then it had something that I felt was misleading at the end of it. And so therefore, I couldn't use that video, even though it was really, really good, except for that one little piece, because I don't want them taught where they would be misled to think it was something that it was not. So one thing that we'll need is a straight edge. So I'm sure you probably have a ruler laying around the house that they'll need. I will always let them know if they need to bring that with them, because if not, I just assume you leave things at home that we won't need in class that day. A compass, and that's the compass that you use to draw some circles, not one to tell if you're going north, south, east, or west. We did have someone purchase one of those last year, which must be a little bit more exciting than a compass. And a protractor. Let's see, I think I got one right here. Whoops, I bet that was just really a protractor. And they have some smaller ones, sometimes easier to use. And also compasses. Don't buy a big fancy one. We're not going to do anything really fancy, so those usually run about $1 or something like that. And it'll be a few days before we need one of those. Now, the other thing is there are some online calculators, but for geometry, we would need just a scientific calculator. So this is probably the one that they use in middle school quite a bit. We have those, the TI-30XS. Another favorite is a Casio. This one's an FX115ES, and I'll send that out in what I send the kids so that they'll have that. But the one thing, and I know that you have this backwards, and I don't have my document camera. It's still at my house because I plan on making some videos there in the evenings. But if you hit a square root of 75, it needs to break it down. I'm sure you see that it's backwards. As 5 radical 3. Then you can hit a button and it will change it to the decimal. But if you type in square root of 75 and it just gives you the decimal, then they're not going to really like that calculator. It'll do everything though, and we won't need those. Well, it won't be too long till so they'll like that. So both of these break down a radical, and that would be the most important part. So again, my recommendation is wait till I post all of that, because and there are some online calculators you can use. So as long as you can find one that breaks down radicals, you could use that too. We're going to try not to share our classroom sets as much, just trying to keep germs down as best possible. And so those calculators, I believe, I think Mr. Gonzalez looked this one up on the other day on Amazon. Of course, it's not going to be school bus yellow unless you buy a stolen one from a pawn shop, because those are only sold to schools. But it's the same calculator, it'll be a different color. I think he said it was something around $15, and maybe he found it $17 at Target and Walmart. Same thing, the Casio should probably run about the same. And later on, they'll have to have a graphing calculator for other classes, but I find that my students, even when we have a graphing calculator, there are some times that they like to get these little handy dandy ones back out. And sometimes when you take a college class, this is all they'll let you use. So I'm going to teach them to use everything as much as I can so that you're getting your full $15 worth, because I always tell them, no matter what you spend, 150 on some of those graphing calculators, they're only as good as the person holding them. And so you better be good, because if not, you might as well just have gotten one of those little, or use the one on your phone. So let's see. Is there anything else I need to tell you? I wish I was meeting you all in person, but this is keeping us safer. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can email me. Yeah, give us a few days. On this Thursday, on the Thursday, Friday, we just got everything hooked up and going on Google Classroom and things like that, and we'll get the routine. And if you're in the B group, just know that you're going to get to see me on person on that Thursday, and so I can iron out if you're having technical difficulty that we can't fix. So the number one thing is, don't panic. It may be a pandemic, but we're not panicking right now. As long as you are making an effort and you're communicating, we'll get everything worked out. Okay. So I know that not everything's going to work perfectly. We found that out in the spring. It also happens every day when we're in the real room too. Not everything goes according to plan, but we can always make it work. And I can guarantee you, we're going to learn a lot of geometry, probably more than some of you ever thought you ever needed or wanted to know. But that is my job, to teach you as much as possible. And so I'm looking forward to a good year. Again, I'm also assistant athletic director, so lead a pretty busy life. So if you email me in the evenings, it might not get answered till the next day until I'm back around a computer. But I try to get back to those in a timely manner if I know the answer to them, and not I have to go spend a little time finding the answer. But we're going to make it. We're going to make it the best year we can. Hopefully we'll all be back in person soon. But until then, we're going to make this work. I feel it's the best way for us to be able to have school and keep everybody here. So anyway, good to meet you.